Alright, hi you guys. Wow, it's been a hot minute since I've been on here. And it has kind of been for a good reason. I'm gonna say a lot because I didn't really have a plan to film this video. I'm gonna try really hard not to do that so editing will be easier. But it's just like usually I try to come on here and kind of have a plan of a general idea of what I want to say, and once I get going I just kind of know what's happening and it doesn't happen as often. But quite frankly, I did not plan to make this video at all. It just kind of happened because I had some free time. So I was like, why not update everybody on YouTube since most people on Instagram already know what's happening. First off, in the last couple of days, I made it to like 980 subscribers, which is like, whoa, pretty amazing. Like 20 away or so from 1,000. Like, wow, thank you guys so much. But the main question that probably everybody has that doesn't follow me on Instagram is, did the IUI work? Did you guys get pregnant? And if you couldn't tell by the lack of videos that I made since then with bump dates and stuff, no, we did not get pregnant. Which is very unfortunate, and I might seem like very okay with it right now and everything is fine, but has definitely been different stages of grieving since like that day that we pretty much knew. So it's been probably like 3-ish weeks since we for sure knew that we weren't pregnant, and since then, I'm not gonna lie, things have been rough. And like I said, even though this might be like all smiley and happy and whatever, it definitely has not been. It has anything but been like a happy time or whatever, because it was like I get that it was like our first try, which is what a lot of people are gonna comment. I know. It is not like we've been trying forever, or like, we've been trying forever, but not like with medical help as in like IUI, IVF, whatever. But still, we had that one try and that was it for us as far as like for a long time. So, obviously we had our hopes very high. If you check back on the last video, like I remember talking about how everything worked out perfectly, everything seemed perfect, whatever. But it didn't happen. And I'm not going to get too fancy with this, like to put charts in or whatever. I did tempt that cycle with the IUI. But I think, like in my mind, I think what happened is I got the trigger shot, I believe, cycle day 18. So we did the IUI cycle day 19. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that, but it was something like that. And at first, looking at my chart, I agreed what that was my ovulation was, but now kind of looking back at why it didn't work, all of that stuff, I kind of have a feeling I did not ovulate earlier than usual, and it kind of looks like my body tried with the trigger, but it didn't happen until 2 days later. And we did baby dance like the next day, and I think that was it for a while because I was so bloated, I was so uncomfortable. And if you don't baby dance, you can't get pregnant. So, I think that was kind of part of it. I might have ovulated at that time or whatever. I'm just putting it on that my body kind of messed up and didn't ovulate until later on, which kind of screwed things up. So, now you're wondering probably like why I had my hopes so high maybe or whatever. And it was just the fact that everything was perfect. My eggs was perfect. Like my eggs seemed perfect. The trigger was perfect. That it fell on a weekend was perfect. Matt's sperm seemed perfect. And I think that is part of the reason why, if I ovulated late, that's kind of like my excuse as to why it didn't happen. Because I mean, we have gotten pregnant before without problems. My uterus looked fine. Like there were no cysts. There really shouldn't have been much of a reason for us not to get pregnant with everything being so perfectly worked out and timed out. That's just the only reason that I can explain it, which makes sense. I mean, if I'm ovulating late and the IUI wasn't on that day that I'm ovulating, then us having like baby dancing happening later is just not going to work out. But anyway, so since then, I kind of, like, I'm trying to, like, express what I'm feeling without coming off, like, completely, like, just nuts. I think that was, like, one of the first times since our miscarriages that I've gone through, like, the stages of grieving, really. it was like just frustration and lots of crying and then just saying like F it all. And then, yeah, I don't know. There's just, I don't know. I think for the past little while, I've been in the stage of maybe like denial that it didn't happen and it didn't work and all that money from most of you guys got wasted and all of that stuff. Not wasted. I mean, it was still a learning experience and it could have worked, but it just didn't work for us. So, I don't know. There has been lots going on otherwise in our lives, which I'm kind of grateful for, in a way, because it has been keeping me busy. On another way, I'm like, I don't know if there's anything left, like, balled up inside of me that I still need to let out, but I haven't had time to. I have no idea. There is a lot going on currently. I filmed this video originally already, like, last week at some point, but my camera was messing around and just everything was not happening perfectly. And so I never posted it. Like, I didn't want to set up my lights. I wasn't in the mood. That was one of the days that I was really upset, which I would have liked to share that video because it showed more raw emotion of whatever was happening that day and whatever I was feeling that day. But I waited all day long thinking about how to film this video and what to say and writing out a script to say everything that I wanted to say, and kind of filmed it, then went off script and the video went forever. And then by the time I was done, the sun was going down and the whole lighting changed and my camera like had me blurry the whole time. So that didn't happen. Hence why I'm refilming everything now. I guess like the biggest question currently is, are you trying to conceive? Are you going to keep trying? And the answer is no. Simple as like that. And I made, like, after we found out that this didn't work and we're not pregnant, I already made a post on Instagram saying that this is it for us, because I knew that with my parents moving in, our bedrooms are going to be right next to each other, and believe me, there's no way to try for a baby when you can't really have, like, baby dance, right? And that is just added stress, added everything. It's not going to help anything. And to be honest, after such a long time, and I know there's people out there that have been trying way longer than us and have gone through way more than us, but we're just currently at that point where we're just over it. And I'm saying that so lightly right now, but believe me, it's not as easy to say as it may sound right now. It's just, we've tried everything we could. Our IUI was going to be the last thing that we do try, and it didn't work. And I've been dealing with those emotions for, like a month or so now, realizing that it didn't work. And I don't know, I think I've come to the conclusion with all of this that maybe, and believe me, this is so hard to say out loud because I've only ever said that in my head, but maybe my body's actually trying to help me. Maybe I'm not able to carry to full term. It's not unheard of, like some people just can't. And instead of making me go through the grief of losing baby after baby, my body's just like, nope, done. Like, not gonna happen. I'm blocking everything off. This is like on strike, like not going to happen. And as much as I hate my body for what it's doing and what it's done, if I look at it that way, I'm actually kind of grateful that maybe that is what my body's trying to do, and it is trying to save me from a heartache, even though it is still heartache, not like conceiving, but the heartache of losing a child after trying is like just like unbearable, really. And believe me, like, that is not an easy thing to say, like I said, especially not out loud right now, but it is something that I have to think about. And I don't know, maybe it'll help me find some closure knowing that that's what my body's trying to tell me, and I just wasn't listening for the longest time. But I know there's going to be some questions from you guys asking them, what makes you think that? Like, why? What the hell? But we were trying for the longest time with, like, bad cycles, PCOS that we didn't know about, all these things, and we were put on Femera. And on the right dosage, we conceived 2 months on Femera. And we conceived, and the pregnancy lasted like 9 weeks, and then we lost it. we started trying again right away. And from that point to the next pregnancy, it took us 6 months on Femera to try and conceive and get pregnant. We got pregnant 6 months after that, after the other loss. But if you compare the 2 months versus 6 months, there's already like a huge distance in between of how long it took us that time. And it's not like it wasn't perfectly timed, like it wasn't like we had some cycles where we were trying to relax about things. Like, we tried it all, and it still took that long. Now, we lost that pregnancy, and since then, it's been 9 months. Going on 10. Like, it's March. So, yeah, like 10 or 11 months. And that's just sad. I mean, like, we're going backwards. Even with trying more things and trying medical help, and even if everything should work out perfectly, and it just doesn't. So what do you take from that? What am I supposed to think when that's what's happening? And I don't know, maybe some of you have experienced the same thing, and maybe you have some input. I would love to like talk about this with some ladies that have gone through the same thing and maybe do have a happy outcome. But for us, we don't. And at this point, I don't think we're going to. And that's just something that we're both having to like deal with and cope with, and just, I don't know, just realize that that's what's happening. And it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard. And when I posted on Instagram that we were done trying to conceive, everybody was like, oh my gosh, don't delete your channel. Don't do this. And at first I was like, F this. Like, I just want to not post anything anymore. The videos that I have can stay up because they are a diary for us to see what we've gone through. But it was also painful to go back and watch all of these videos and the happiness that we had in between that's not happening anymore. But after thinking about it for some time, and everybody chiming in that they don't want to miss out on talking to me and hearing updates about our life and stuff like that, I came to the realization that not everybody is going to have a happy outcome in this TTC journey. And even though everybody always thinks, oh, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take, you're going to get there at some point, it just takes some people longer. No. Some people are really just never going to get there, and they're never going to have a child or a pregnancy or a living child. And that is me, and that is my story currently, and that is what I think this new channel, not new channel, but these videos are going to be a little bit of a shift. There's still going to be challenge videos. There's still going to be updates about life. There's a lot of you requested cooking videos, which I'm trying to figure out how to do. But there's also going to be videos about how to deal with realizing it's not going to happen. And I hope that there's some women out there looking for somebody that is going through the same thing, like, that they can look to, that they can talk to, that they can, just like this TTC channel at the beginning. Like, I went from 0 subscribers to 980 of you ladies that just feel, I don't know, part of this. Like, I get so many messages on like a daily basis of ladies like messaging me saying, oh my gosh, like, you've helped me gone through so much. I have my rainbow baby because of you. We kept going because of you and your videos. Like, there's so much that I love so much about this community and what I've built and the friends that I've made on here, and I don't want to lose any of that, and I hope I don't. Even though, like, I do have to be realistic, most of you are probably subscribed to this channel because of you're trying to conceive. And me making videos about dealing with not getting pregnant anymore might not be the thing for you, and I realize that, which sucks because I'm so close to 1,000. And I know I'm already seeing the numbers go down. But hey, I have to do what makes sense to me. And whether I leave this channel up and just ignore it or actually share something new, that's part of my life now. And I hope that you guys kind of agree with everything that I'm saying here. I hope it makes sense. I know, once again, this is going to be such a long video. But like I said, there's a lot to catch up on with everything that's happening. So yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you guys there's going to be weekly videos. I can't tell you there's going to be like everyday updates or whatever. But hey, whenever I feel something in regards to realizing that I'm not going to have a happy ending, then I do want to share that. If I found a way to keep me busy, if I found something else that makes me happy, if I'm having a meltdown, I'm going to film it, because like I said, I know there's women out there that feel exactly the same thing and just realize that it probably won't ever happen. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope that you guys do still want to follow along with what's happening. But hey, I'm not going to be mad if you do hit unsubscribe and don't want to hear anything about this anymore, because it is depressing to you. And believe me, if you are trying to conceive and it's not happening for you right now, hearing somebody give up and say, well, not going to happen, is not going to be encouraging to you. And that's not what I want. I want to have like a happy medium between having hope and hoping that it's going to happen somehow, some way, but also kind of being realistic and realizing that maybe, just maybe, it isn't going to happen. So that's kind of like, I'm going to have to find like a happy medium of those two things. I'm going to have to figure myself out, and I'm going to share that with you guys, because I don't know, I think it might be interesting for all of you guys to see that part of this journey as well, because it is still part of the journey. So in that manner, I guess the other big update of right now is last weekend I quit my job. And you're probably like, what the hell? You just said Matt doesn't have a job. The economy sucks and you can't pay your bills. I get that. But I wasn't making a lot of money. I was working crazy hours just to get that little bit of money. And I wasn't happy. Like, having all these baby items, having everything, it was nice. And it is, like, I so appreciate having that job for so long and getting all these items in case by some damn miracle it should ever happen, or we adopt, or whatever. But especially after knowing you did not get pregnant and it's probably not going to happen. I'm saying probably because, I mean, miracles can happen, but I'm just like, I'm not going to say it's never, ever going to happen, but the chances aren't very high. So that's what I'm saying, probably. Walking into work every day, seeing pregnant women, seeing babies, seeing children, seeing cute items come in. Like, I tried to tune that out as much as I possibly could for the time that I've been there. And every month you go through this whole thing that we all know, that is like, you get your period. Okay, so you cry, you're sad, you're angry, you're whatever, and by cycle day like 3 or 4, you're like, okay, we'll do this. Just start my meds again, this month is our month. Then it's forever waiting for ovulation. You temp, you do this, you take those meds, you take those vitamins, you whatever. And at that time, it was nice to be at work. Like, oh, I'm going to have my baby in one of those onesies soon and whatever. But then it got to the point you're after ovulation. Okay, so you're super antsy because you want the 2-week wait to be over. And you're thinking about buying this, and you get this from your boss, and you do this, and you do that. And then you get to the point where you're like 8-9 DPO, where you've gotten your BFP before, and you don't have a BFP yet. So you're iffy. You go to work and you're like, oh, I don't really want to be here. What if it didn't happen? Whatever. Then you get to 10-11 DPO, and people still keep telling you that there's still a chance you're not out until layoff arrives, even though you kind of know you're already out. And then the depression starts again, and you don't want to be at work, and you're grumpy, and you hate your life, and the minutes go by so slow. And aside from all of that, even the job that I had, I worked my butt off. Like, hardest I've ever worked at any job, because I actually, like, to a certain degree, I enjoyed what I was doing. I was helping people. I was helping the store. It was a fast-paced environment, which helped pass time. And it was around an environment in a certain, like, I hated it, but I also loved it, because every day I saw a baby and I wanted to give up. I'm like, no, I want that right there. That's gonna be me, like, next month. But it never happened. And anyway, so, like, because of me working my butt off, I guess something switched, like, around, like, Christmas into January, where I was just being used for working so hard. It was easy for everybody to say, you do that because you know what to do and we'll just all sit here and watch you do it kind of thing. Not that extreme, but that's what it felt like. And I tried to ignore that for the longest time ever because I kind of had to too, but I'm trying to like breathe because there's so much to talk about. It's just, you get to the point where your health, your mindset, your happiness has to be more important than the little bit of money you make. And that was kind of like the final thing where I was like, enough. I'm going through like somewhat of a depression with all of this TTC stuff not working out. I'm killing myself at work every day and nobody appreciates it. I'm literally going to work every day, hating my life with every baby item that I look at. And for what? A little bit of money? No. Like, what happens when I fall that deep into depression where I need meds and therapy and this and that? And then that little bit of money isn't even going to cover that. So yeah, I'm out looking for a new job again, but right now there's so much going on with like packing these rooms up, my parents moving in, stuff like that. Like, I'm randomly applying at places, but like not hardcore yet. That'll happen later. But that's just life updates. So this was like a whole like what has changed in the last 4-ish weeks since that last video and where we're at with this like channel. And I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. I hope that you watched all the way to the end because I know this has been a crazy long video. But I just hope that those of you that care about me and know what I'm saying and what I'm feeling stick around and want to see what happens and how life turns out for us. If you have any video ideas that you would like to see on this channel or for me to do, or if you want Matt to film videos or whatever, just let us know. Like, we'd love to accommodate what you guys want to see with this channel, since it's kind of like floating in the air right now of not knowing what to do. But anyway, I'm rambling on and this is a crazy long video that I'm going to edit. Hopefully it'll be up either today or tomorrow. But thank you guys again so much, all 980 of you. I can't thank you guys enough because without any of you, we wouldn't have even gotten to this point. We would have given up way, way long before and not tried again after a loss and all of those things. And for that, I'm forever, ever grateful. And I just want to hug you guys all because even though we didn't get a happy ending in this story, we had some crazy, amazing moments in this TTC journey. And it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you guys so much again for watching, and I hope I still get to see you soon in the next video. Bye guys!